Okay, so how would you describe your band's sound, Gone Wild?
Gone Wild sound, melodic rock, classic rock, 80s style, blues in there. Yeah, lots of guitar playing, layered vocals,
Layered vocals? Yep.
harmonies. But melodic, yeah, definitely along the melodic lines.
Was it always an intention to incorporate different styles into the band's repertoire as opposed to doing it?
Yeah, it was something that the rest of the guys and myself talked about. Try and keep it interesting. Different styles, different sounds, so that the tracks weren't all starting to sound the same. Try and make each track interesting when it comes on. Keep the sound effects in there.
The old production tricks, you like using them?
Yep, like using the tricks whenever you can come up with something, some good idea. I've always been a fan of sound effects, it sort of keeps the music interesting.
And sort of a sense of humour in there, would you say?
Definitely a sense of humour.
Okay, what is it about working in the studio and playing live that enthuses you the most? The differences between them? What do you grab from both experience that you really kind of get off on?
Right. Yeah, well, they are both very different from each other in a way, even though you're still playing. Obviously with the studio side of things, you're trying to perfect something, you're trying to capture that moment and create something that's going to sound really polished and worth listening back to. But the live thing again is more spontaneous, and what happens on the night tends to happen, whether it's good or bad. And but you always try your best, and there are big differences between the two, no doubt about it.
Which do you prefer?
When things are going well, I do like playing live, but I love the creation process as well. There's just something about recording for me that I get a buzz out of putting things together and watching them come together slowly and turn into this creation that you're sort of like giving birth to something in a way. For us fellas.
Yeah, totally. What's the most challenging thing about working within the band Gone Wild?
Challenging? Probably the way we work, because we don't actually get together as a band and sit around and nut things out. Occasionally we do get together and work on ideas, come up with ideas together, but not that often. So very often we do our parts at home, and like Matt sends his parts to me, and Nilsy, when he was involved in the band, he used to send them to me through the internet.
So you're using the wonders of technology and taking it to the edge, I guess.
Yeah, and very often you get things that you hadn't quite imagined. Lots of surprises in there, and sometimes they work out for the better, and sometimes they don't. So it's very much an experimental thing.
And do you like that aspect of it?
Well, with the first album, I definitely did. It was something new and something different, and it was quite a buzz to see how it turned out. With the second album, we've tried to plan things a bit more, so in some ways it can be a bit of a hindrance. But if things aren't working, we just go back to the drawing board and fire through something else until it works.
Cool, awesome. And what's been the highlight for you being part of Gone Wild so far?
Definitely watching our creations come to life has been the highlight. Also, I suppose one of our songs got on an American label CD, Vasilis, Skater Rock 1, 2 and 3 with some well-known artists. Definitely that was a buzz for the band to be included on that.
Cool. And so what's your aims with regards, because working on a second album, Gone Wild 2, what's your aims with regards to this new album, like
as regards hoping it's a success, you mean?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, we're obviously going to try and promote the album as much as we can once it's released online, and we're going to do our best to try and get it out there and see how it goes, and hopefully there'll be a song or two in there that'll really catch on.
Okay, that kind of ties in with my next question.
Yeah.
Was what sort of plans are in place to promote the new album that possibly weren't in place at the time when the first album had come out?
Well, I believe there's going to be some video involved in this album, so there'll be several tracks put to video.
And is that something you look forward to being a part of?
Definitely so, yeah. Bit of fun. I can see some humour happening there,
Yeah.
especially with Richard.
And have you had any acting experience before or anything like that?
I spent one day on the Last Samurai set, which was a real experience for me, but actor, no, I'm definitely not an actor.
Okay. Is it something that you're looking forward to sort of tapping into and trying out something that might be a bit different from being just Rob Smith?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to having a bit of fun with Matt and Richard, because that's one thing we can definitely do together and come up with some silly ideas and fool around, and that'll be good.
Makes it all fun, doesn't it?
Definitely.
And are you still active as a solo artist?
Yep, I am, when I get time. Occasionally I do get a song or two that comes through, and I'll work on that, and once it's completed I'll pop it aside and think, well, that'll be coming on my next solo album when I get around to finishing it.
And how's that coming along? Your new solo album, your next one?
It's coming along slowly, but I have got quite a few tracks compiled, and it'll be just a case of selecting which ones to put on the album. But I've mainly been focusing on the Gone Wild 2, and I'm working on another album with Hayley Oliver called Something to Remember.
Okay.
And we've been completing that, that's almost done as well. So I've been a busy chap.
Very busy, it seems.